Shalom, shalom. Call all Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Rakakadash, Brakte Yahweh, Brakte Yahweh, Brakte Yahshai, Brakte Yahweh, Brakte Yahweh, Brakte Yahweh, Brakte Yahshai, Call Halayim, La Yahweh, Bashim, Yahshai, Bashim Rakakadash. All right, giving double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who well, peace and salutation to the election, the first fruits, the choicest part, that whom are the remnant, the Sha'ar. All right, who the Lord will have mercy upon in these times. All right, that starting with the house of David, the Bayatawadah. All right, and the rest of the great innumerable multitude of the election. All right, men, women, and children who are no prophets that will receive collectively with the prophets the Wah. All right, being predestined before the foundations of the earth to receive the salvation, the victory. All right, and then of course, we giving all praises again to Yahweh Shem Hashem Kakadosh. Infinite praises. All right, we're the brothers from the Great Millstone Plaintables camp located here in the city of Philadelphia. I'm the brother Mafla. You got the brother
Bayam.
Yup, and we just gonna go into a lesson. The brother had a topic, going on to what?
Brotherhood.
Yeah, the brotherhood. Brotherhood Slakia, which is the Aqua in the Hebrew. All right. Before he go to the lesson, because I had the original Nashima, I'm gonna bring out this one precept and read, and then we gonna go from there. All right, because it was due to spirit. I remember we was meditating on this for days, and it's manifested itself to come out in the spirit today. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 133 and verse 1, which is gonna link all together. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. No, unity. Go to your precept now. Alright, so we're going to go straight into this lesson. Alright, which should be a chawash, a chad, a quick one. Alright, do the spirit, straight into the point.
1 Samuel 18, starting from the top.
Now, the brotherhood is very important to us, and this will emphasize itself, this relationship between Samuel and David. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
You got any points you want to make on this? Like
going to that word knit.
Yeah, so we're going to go into the word knit. And now Saul, all right, was what? He was the father of Yahweh or Jonathan, which Yahweh means the Most High gives, Yahweh gives, all right? And, Dawadah, David, means beloved, all right? And we know that scriptures always do talk about that the house of Saul shall, wax worse? And we going the
house of Saul shall wax worse, and the house of David shall wax stronger.
Right, stronger and stronger. And with the brotherhood, this is a great, obviously, representation of that here. All right, how brothers are strong, in this case, being knit together, and that's how we're supposed to be. So, going into the term for knit is this Hebrew word here, which is quashar. All right, so as the brother read it again.
And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Right.
Now, going into the word knit is quashar in the Hebrew, which it means are mentally, it says gird, to tie physically, in league, in love. All right. Also to bind, tie together, in league, and conspire, which conspire going into the breathing together, with, all right, literally breathing together, all right, with, like conspiracy is breathing together. Someone have an actual plan, breathing together with, to bring about that plan. All right. Well, these being these brothers, all right, which had these loves, being, of course, Dawadah and Yahweh, David and Jonathan were knit together in league. So now we're gonna go to the next precept, All right, or whatever else you want to read. Sloppy party. Yep.
And Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house.
God.
Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul.
Right. So it says Saul took him that day that he would let him go no more to his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant. They made a barayath or agreement because he loved him as his own soul, which that's very important. You know, as the Hebrew Napashwa or Ka as Napashwa, which is his soul, own. All right, possessive, his. All right, particularly talking about Jonathan. All right. Now, you know, that's very important because us as brethren, you know, we're supposed to love one another. All right. You know, being within league with one another. So going into this now, the next precept that goes in, all right, which you know, Yahweh Shai, he taught and told us so much of what hangs, of course, the law upon the two major commandments, or Tazawar. I forget commandment in Hebrew, but might be that. So go ahead.
Matthew 22, verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Right, so he's being asked by particular disciples. Right.
And Yahweh Shah said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
Right, which you would understand this going back to Exodus the 20th chapter, which I'm just going to get real quick. It says here that thou shalt have no other gods before me. Okay? You know, so we're not supposed to have any gods before the Most High. All right? The Lord talk about he's a consuming fire and he's a jealous power. All right? So we're not supposed to put anything above Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The true worshipers are going to worship Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in spirit and in truth. All right? And walking by faith. Go ahead again.
This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it.
So we're going to go, as I said, it's like unto it. All right? In importance, go ahead.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Ooh. Now, we heard who's our neighbors. I'm going to add onto it. Who's my brethren? Who's my those that keep these commandments?
Yeah,
Yeah. What's that? You know that one?
Who's thy brethren?
Yeah. It's remember was that when his Yahweh Shai had his parents looking for him or something?
Okay.
And they were like upset. Is that it?
Mark 33 and 35.
You got it? All right, you read it, Baba Kashat Dwanaki. Khan, this again, you know, every brother is not a brother. All right, we know who our brothers by the scriptures, what it speaks and tells us. All right, because there's many deceitful, people that come up in this, truth, that are seeking out, of course, our liberty, spies and such. All right, and they end up finding out they're not brothers. Well, this is our actual brothers. Go ahead.
Mark 33 and verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
And the multitude said about him, and they said unto him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren without seek for thee.
Right. This is Yahushua speaking, right?
God. And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother, or who is my brethren?
Right, asking the question. Yahushua asked this question to the multitude. Go ahead.
And he looked round about on them which sat about him, and said, Behold, my mother and my brethren.
Right. Ana, or behold. Achya, what he said? Mother and brother?
Yeah,
okay.
My mother and my brother.
Ama, Achya. Yeah, go ahead.
For whosoever shall do the will of Yahweh.
The will, the pleasing, that will please the Lord, his delights.
The same as my brother and my sister and mother.
Right, so that's your family. That's who your family is. That's who doing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because as we're going into, you have to be in league as Jonathan and David were in league with one another. All right, going to that Hebrew word again, quashar. All right, to be in league, to bind, to to bind in love. It says, I believe, in love. All right, and of course, it's not saying that Jonathan and David was homosexual. No, they had a fervent love for one another as brothers. All right, in righteousness. All right, you think that men of the Lord are going to be that way? No, not at all. All right, so that's these people thinking that way perverse. You need to change your mindset. All right, so yeah.
On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Right, so all within those 2 laws, Yahweh Bashem, love the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua with all thy heart, soul, and spirit. You know what I mean? Roughly paraphrasing. And love thy brother as thyself, Now, I want to look into that word, thyself. What precept was that again?
That's Matthew 22, 30. 22 and 39.
22 and 39. So Matthew 22, 39. So we're going to look into that as thyself. Okay? Going into this Greek word, which is siatu, which is thee, meaning you. Alright? As yourself. Okay? Simply. Alright? Thyself, thee, or thine own self, respectively. Own soul. Alright? And we are supposed to, of course, respect our temples. Because our temple dwelleth what? Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. Alright? And also, we know that we're all one body. Many members have a different office and administrations. Alright? So, if you treat your brother ill, you're only hurting the whole body. You're hurting yourself. Okay? You're hurting another part. You're trying to wound another part of the body. That's silly. That's why, like I say, when Cain, he slew Abel. That was madness and such. He said, am I that brother's keeper? You're supposed to be your brother's guarder. You know what I mean? You're one who can shamar. Yes, guard and keep and preserve him. You see your brother going off, you go and help him. You rebuke him, restore him, in mercy. All right? We looking out. We always watching over one another as brethren within this brotherhood. Because remember, it tell you 2 is better than 1. That's right. That's all in part. And iron sharpens. That's right. So this all work within chadwa, or unity, and league with one another. Knit. All right. With shar. Khan. Going to whatever next you got.
Khan, we gonna finish off with Samuel. Book
Khan.
Samuel.
Yep. So Shamuel Allah, or Samuel Hasapar book. Go ahead.
1 Samuel 18 verse 4.
Khan.
And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him, and gave it to David, and his garment, and his sword, and his bow, and to his girdle.
Right. And I want you to make your point, what you want to go into, because you was telling me earlier before we had the discourse off the camera.
Kind of as a personal testimony. When I first came into the truth, I started watching the Atlanta camp, GMS Atlanta. Then I went from watching GMS Atlanta to watching the DC camp, DC camp, Elder Monaghan. And this one they wasn't allowing no more members to enter the GMS. So I told myself that I'm not worrying about getting into the camp. I'm just gonna go down to the camp, get a prophet some water, make garments, do any and everything, to get in good graces with the Lord, to submit my feet into the kingdom. And here I sit now, a member of GMS, because I love thy brother as I love myself.
God, yeah, brother, I see the brother as a brother. Even a personal testimony on my side. This is one of the first brothers that literally flagged me out in the world as a civilian, and came into the truth. Now literally sitting in my house, and amongst other brothers, amongst on the camp, on the battlefield, that we can look at and be like, yeah, this brother, all right, is here holding it down. You know what I mean? All right.
Yeah, because after I started watching the DC camp, I found the Plaintables camp, and I noticed the brother, and we met each other I saw him at the dump. Yeah.
I work. Yeah.
At my job, and I flagged him down. And told him I was watching him or whatever. He told me where to come at. Yeah. And after he told me that, I didn't look back.
That's it. The Lord gave the increase and such. The seed was planted. All right, you know what I mean? Remember, it's a point I had seen. You remember, and then you came back around, right? Yeah, it's all in the Lord's time, you know, in the Lord's season, and you know He's still here. You know what I mean? He here, and not even just like I said on the other side. The brothers in the camp now. They said Apostle Tahar. I remember testimony even on my side. You know, my testimony, my hearing the evidence, witnessing Apostle Tahar saying that any brother that that's supposed to be in Great Millstone is going to be in Great Millstone. You know, because remember that whole decree came about because you got many bug outs in Israel. All right, now those that are going to be in Great Millstone, that's going to actually that are sincerely a part of Great Millstone in the spirit, a part of the body of Hamashiach Yahushua, they're not bug outs. They don't have a reprobate mind. They have a mind of Hamashiach. They have a mind of discernment. All right, and they walk in order as we have within this body no schisms. All right, there's no division within the body of Hamashiach Yahushua. All right, so you know, for those that of course are in, of course, the body, you know, we all walk in one unit, one league, one body. You know, one spirit. All right, we have to walk under the same mind. Okay, and it's all, of course, a thing that we will analyze each and every day with brother. You know, brothers, even before they even get in, without getting us a brother, he proved himself first. A brother, of course, went through, of course, a testing process. All right, and that's all due Yahweh Shem Shai. We're only vessels. Okay, you know, but you know, every brother has their own walk in their own way of getting inside, and that's all given by Yahweh Shem Shai. Man's walk, you know, is of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know what I mean? Like man can't devise his own way and stuff. That's all from the Lord. If you got a precept you bring out too. I
wanted to go into Isaiah the 53rd chapter.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
It speaks about Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
going through the ultimate sacrifice for his brethren.
That's right.
You know, and we're gonna start it on. Right here, Isaiah 53 verse 4. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of Yahweh and afflicted.
Right, and it was the Most High Yahweh, Abba Nawa, our father, his father Yahweh, all right, who actually it pleased him to strike Yahweh Shai, all right, you know, it actually pleased him. Because he had to do this to pay for not only his sins, but the sins of the nation of Israel. By his stripes we're healed, as it's going to go into. Go ahead.
But he was wounded for our transgressions.
Right, for our peshayim, our transgressions. All right? Our rebellion, our sins, our transgressions, us missing the mark. All right, go ahead.
He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him.
Right.
And with his stripes we are healed.
Right, so with his stripes we're healed. All right? You know what I mean? We're healed because of the blood, the sacrifice, what Yahweh Shai Hamashiach has done for us. You know, so we owe everything to Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. You know what I mean? Because he had to go through, you know, afflictions, the greatest affliction on earth. You know what I mean? Being here, put in the flesh, all right, living perfect in the body of Yahweh Shai. All right, having to deal with all of the grief of the sins of the nation of Israel, himself. All right, seeing his own people come against him, call him a devil, saying that he calling power from using witchcraft, Satan and such. You know, all these different various accusations, being tempted. All right, having stricken ailments within the flesh. Yahweh Shai having to drink vinegar, gall, yeah, you know, all sorts of, I mean, like, on the painful process of the crucifixion, you know what I mean? The mental sorrow, that's a lot, man, there's so much. We gonna see that too, you know, it's a prophecy on that, how we gonna see how, you know, the Lord was marred, everything completely, you know, again, you know what I mean? But many of us have been there and seen that too, and wept and cried, you know, for the death of Hamashiach. We still do the spirit. All right. Yep.
That's it. I just wanted to say something on.
Yeah.
If I may. It's hard enough It's hard enough sacrificing yourself for the people that you love. You know, but he came and sacrificed himself for people that esteemed him not.
Yeah.
They didn't care about him.
Yeah.
And he could have called 12 legions of angels down and wiped everything out. But he came down as a mortal man and sacrificed himself because he loved his brothers.
Right. Yeah, he even said, like he said, I lay down my life. You know what I mean? Like he had the power, you know what I mean? But remember, he's obedient to his father. He was about his father's business. All right? Which is to do his will. All right? As his son, his only begotten son in that.
That's it.
You know, so that's very heavy, you know what I mean? So this aqua, remember, also you got that precept that talk about a man that lay on his life for his brethren. Yeah, if you can find that one. No greater, was it like a... It's John 15:13.
John 15:13.
Yeah. All right, because this is a the greatest Godwalla sacrifice ever. All right.
John 15, verse 13. Greater love. No, let me start at 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another.
This is a commandment. Yahweh Shai said this. All right, he preached this. All right, wasn't a hypocrite. Go ahead.
As I have loved you.
As he has loved us. And Yahweh Shai, he loved the church. He loved the body. Okay, he proved that in his walk. He proved that in many ways. Okay, his conversation, everything. All right, his behavior. Go ahead.
Greater love have no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends.
Right, which friends, remember, your brethren are Ra'ai. All right, which also means special companion. All right, we're very special, close to our big brother Yahweh Shai Mashiach. All right, you ain't just gonna put your life on line for anybody. He put it on line for his brethren, which is very important, even deeper to understand that Yahweh Shai did it where even Israelites that sinned and didn't, which like you got 2/3 and just wicked Israelites. You got 2/3 here in America and just wicked Israelites all over the world. All right, that just rejected or has rejected Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and they still gonna receive salvation as is written. All Israel is gonna be saved.
Ye are my friends if ye do whatever I command you.
Right. Yeah. So you are the Lord's friends if you do what He commands. All right. Which He gave that commandment. We went and He just said it right there, and He even said what hangs the law: loving the Lord with all thy heart and thy soul, and loving thy brother as thyself. That which hangs the law. You know what I mean? And some. Okay. There's 613 law, statutes, commandments, but in some, that's the most important thing. Okay. So, with that, that's it.
Yeah, come on.
Due to Spirit, we hope you're edified by the lessons, and that it's also, a up booster, for you brothers that are out there right now. We, as the scriptures say, before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy. Examine. Do you love your brother? Are you laying your life down for the aqua, the brotherhood? Are you doing everything possible to not forsake fellowshipping with the Akim, the brother? You know what I mean? As good as the scriptures say, is for brothers to dwell in unity. All right, being in one body, being together. So, we'll hopefully edify again, giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Well, peace and salutation to the election. Shalom.
Shalom.